Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have some great news. There's a new instrument which I will be adding to my sort of arsenal of all things that go pluck, and I think you're really going to like this one. So here we have the Baroque Lute. It's an absolutely beautiful looking instrument. This is the back here that is made up of individual strips of wood we call ribs. In this case, the wood is made out of this gorgeous orangey reddish flame maple, and the top is made of spruce with this gorgeous decoration here called a rose. The Baroque lute gets its name from existing in the Baroque period of music, which is roughly 1600 to 1750. It was popular all throughout Europe, but really blossomed in France. Now, the instrument has 24 strings, which is a lot even for me. The theorbo, as a point of reference, only has 14. Now, although it's true that there are 24, when this is played, it's really thought of as a 13-string instrument. And that's because each string is doubled. We call them courses. So there's 13 pairs of strings, and the top two are single. Those are called the chanterelles, or the singing strings. This specific lute was made by the French company Le Lute Doré, or the Golden Lute. They're a company that makes great quality lutes for a more affordable price. And if you're a classical guitarist and don't want to break the bank, but are interested in learning Renaissance lute or Baroque lute, this would be a great company to start learning. Now, the tuning of this instrument is part of what makes it so special. Most guitars or lutes are tuned in fourths, and it requires you to use your left hand to fret notes to make a chord. This instrument is tuned to a chord. So if I play the open strings, we get a beautiful sounding D minor chord. And that really opens up all sorts of new possibilities of left-hand fingerings because it frees up the left hand in a new way, allowing for new possibilities. So the D minor chord is really on the first half of the instrument, and the rest of the strings are tuned in a descending scale, which is actually exactly what the theorbo does as well. So from A, we get G, B, F, D, C. In this case, I have B flat and A. Those notes can be rearranged depending on the key of the music you're playing in. This peg box is so intimidating to look at, with 24 different friction pegs. So there are no mechanical gears. Those didn't exist until the 19th century. These are essentially like violin pegs. They're just held in with friction. Now, there's some alien-looking parts to this that are new to me, actually. We have this extension here called a bass rider, and you can see that the first nut stops here, and the second extra one that has two courses gives it an extra, I don't know, inch and a half or maybe 2 inches. And that extra length actually is great for giving the bass a bit more oomph. So I've only had a few hours since I've got this thing in tune to start picking away at some music, since this is all brand new to me. But I think I've figured out the opening of a vice saraband that I used to play on guitar. So I'll take a crack at it. I'm sort of blown away by how this instrument feels to play. It's bizarre because since I know this piece on guitar, and I'm now playing it on the instrument for which it was written, it's so much easier on this instrument, even though I've put in my 10,000 hours on guitar, and this is my third hour or so playing this instrument. One of the reasons has to be because this is a D minor suite, a piece in D minor, and the instrument is tuned to D minor. I think another thing that changes the game is that because I have all of these open notes in the bass, I don't have to spend so much time in my left hand fingering those and trying to play a nice legato melodic line. They're just open, played by my thumb, which is really similar to what I do on theorbo as well. Besides that, I think the lower tension strings, in fact they're very low, I can really wiggle these around. On a classical guitar they're very, very tight, very high tension. The low tension strings on this really makes ornaments so easy and effortless. You get a sound which is more equal between the pluck and the slur, and I think that really helps the melody along. Now the notation for this instrument is French tablature, tab, right? So if you're a modern guitar player, tab is when you have lines representing strings and numbers for which fret to play. This is pretty much the same thing, except it uses letters for each fret. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. And the music is absolutely beautiful to look at. There's this incredible aesthetic experience of playing from a facsimile, which is a picture of the manuscript, the original handwriting of Weiss. It's beautiful to look at. And so I'm just loving sight reading through this music. It's a joy. Whoa. I'm absolutely in love with this instrument. The tuning, the extra bass strings, it's going to take me a lot of time to figure this thing out. But thank you for listening today as I learn about this instrument. Tune back in because I'm going to be posting more videos as I get better on this instrument, and you can come learn it with me. So thanks for watching, and come back for more later.